Wow, so I just got done watching that trailer and oh my gosh. If you're watching this on YouTube, that means you didn't really see my trailer reaction for it. You can watch that on my website, Revo Art, that's REVX Art, where you can catch my full reaction to the Dragon Ball Daima official trailer. It'll be there. What a trailer, dude. What a trailer. I mean, I have so many opinions, thoughts, and just questions, I guess, for like the whole thing. Like, I just am wondering, right? Like, I'm wondering what this is going to lead to. And I'm wondering why they chose to do this. Now, I know Akira Toriyama came out with a post in New York Comic Con. I believe they showed it where he basically said that he was working on it extensively, and this is like basically another passion project for him, and he feels very confident about Dragon Ball Daima. And it's hard for me not to put my trust in Toriyama because everything that Toriyama does that he feels passionate about or that he sort of in like has fun making, and I guess that's the main thing, is that he's having fun creating this. All of it turns out fire. Okay, I have yet to see a Toriyama miss. There are like things that maybe don't like appeal to that many people. Like maybe Doctor Slump isn't for everybody, but objectively, it's not a bad manga. Maybe Sandland isn't the most appealing because it doesn't have the big action appeal that Dragon Ball Z has, but it's one of, if not his best work that he's done in the medium. I mean, his designs have fundamentally created a whole world in Dragon Quest, and I believe Chrono Clash is the other game. I don't know why it took me a minute to come up with, but his designs are infamous. And if we get to see that aspect of Toriyama, the world building, the designs, more designs by Toriyama, more like work by him in that sense, then dude, this could be a lot of fun. And that I guess that's just the main vibe so far I got from it, is that it looks like a lot of fun. Obviously, based on the trailer, the only thing we really can go off of is the fact that they are all children. Now we haven't seen everybody like as kids, but it raises the question, like, who exactly got like turned into kids? Was it like the whole planet as a whole? Was it just like the Z fighters? Somebody's like after them specifically. There's questions on that end. Obviously, we get to see Kid Goku though, and we get to see the Power Pole. And seeing the Power Pole actually makes me wonder whether Goku can access his Super Saiyan capabilities, his Super Saiyan God capabilities, and the God Ki in general. Because that would be actually very interesting to see, considering that again he's a kid, and if and he finds the need to have to use the power pole, because he hasn't used the power pole since the ending of Dragon Ball, like, and in Dragon Ball Z he never touches it. Don't get me wrong, as a fan of Dragon Ball proper, like, I will always stand behind Goku with the power pole. I just love the look of it. I love Goku swinging around a power pole. It's just like a preference of mine. I don't know why. So it's cool and it's neat, and I get giddy to see that. But I'm more so curious now. Where's the power scaling gonna tip? Because it seems like maybe we're gonna go back to zero. Maybe everybody's gonna go back to base. Maybe everybody doesn't have the capabilities of what they used to have because now they're kids. There is that question that arises, and obviously this whole venture, or as Toriyama puts it, a grand adventure, which I feel like is a nod to GT. And how could it not, considering how like on the nose them turning into kids seems to be for GT, considering that that's how GT started as well. That being said, it makes me also wonder if Toriyama just randomly was like, Dragon Ball GT, what if I did that but better? Because I feel like this is what that could be. And I'm also curious about where this lies in the timeline. If Toriyama is involved, he's going to find a way to make it sort of fit in within the whole hierarchy of the Dragon Ball universe, or timeline, if you will. Is this something that's after the Moro arc? Is this something that's after Dragon Ball Super Superhero? If so, give me Kid Gohan Beast mode. Beast Kid Gohan, please. But I'm curious to see what they do, because timeline wise, I mean, we just got Goten and Trunks as like more than just kids, and now they got reverted way back to like babies. And so that's kind of funny. I feel like that's like Toriyama. Like Toriyama always likes to subvert expectations, and when you think he wants to go right, he decides he wants to go left because you. And it's cool, but also as a fan, as fans, sometimes we get kind of upset because it's like, Toriyama, no, what are you doing? And most of the time it always works out for him because, like, why go with the grain? Everything that's becomes iconic, everything that becomes memorable is everything that's outside of the grain. And that's what Toriyama loves to do. That's what Toriyama's known to do. So I'm not upset in that end for them turning kids. I understand why it would put some people off. I would understand why some people would be upset at seeing them as kids, and I would understand why there would be some hesitation considering of what we got with Dragon Ball GT on that end. But again, I know they always like to sell that Toriyama works on this stuff, but if he is more passionately working on this like he did the story for Dragon Ball Super Superhero, then I feel like we got a hit. I feel like we do. I'm just, again, the only thing that I come in question is like, where does this fit? And are they secretly working on the Dragon Ball Super anime to continue with the Granola arc and the Moro arc and so forth and so on? It is interesting. It does make sense from a marketing standpoint that they would do something like this. That's like I said, not completely from left field for the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball proper. I wasn't expecting it to be completely titled something completely different, which makes me wonder that this is going to be a one-off, and I don't think it's going to be a continuation, which I think everybody is under the impression that that's basically what it is, and I'm pretty sure they may have stated that. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but let me know. But so far, I like it. I don't hate it. Like I said at the top, it looks fun. It looks like a good time. It looks like something that we can sort of just watch and enjoy and not have to overly think about power scaling this character and the next transformation for that. It just feels like we're going to go on an adventure. And I feel like if there's anybody I trust the most taking us on an adventure with these characters that we love, it's Akira Toriyama. So that's his bread and butter, man. That's people forget, like, a lot of Dragon Ball fans are weird, right? Because and don't take that as a hate. I'm a Dragon Ball fan myself. Okay, I love Dragon Ball. I grew up with it. It's my favorite anime. I know objectively there are better anime, but it's still my favorite. I grew up with it. I have too many memories with it. Gohan is my favorite character ever made. And so I have a bias. That being said, I have watched Dragon Ball. And when I say that 80, maybe 90% of the fan base has not seen Dragon Ball and started from Dragon Ball Z, that to me is a giant red flag, because how could you ignore the complete basis of Goku as a character? A lot of things that people didn't like about Goku as a character in Dragon Ball Super are things that stem from Goku from original Dragon Ball. And so it's kind of funny to me to see people like hate it, but not understand where Goku came from. And starting out from completely just Dragon Ball Z, which, don't get me wrong, the intro of Dragon Ball Z, if you don't care about the lore, if you don't care about the world, is fine. But if you care about knowing more about Piccolo, for God's sakes, if you care about why Piccolo in Goku in that fight with Raditz is actually more impactful than you think and not just a memorable scene, watch Dragon Ball. Because Dragon Ball is the basis. Like I said, we wouldn't have had Cell if we never had the Red Ribbon Army arc in Dragon Ball where Goku created that seed, basically. We would never have Goku chasing higher opponents and falling in love with fighting if he never met Master Roshi, which he does in Dragon Ball. And if Master Roshi never taught Goku that, hey man, watch your step, because everywhere you go, there's always going to be somebody that's stronger than you. And that is 100% what falls through in Dragon Ball Super. There's always somebody that he wants to chase that's stronger. All of that stuff, like I said, it falls back to Dragon Ball. And if a Toriyama can bring that life back and remind people why it's so magical, I don't see what the problem is, and I'm here for it. I as a Dragon Ball fan, they could have named it anything. They could have done anything with it, and I probably would have ate it up. It could be dog, it could be, but I'm probably still gonna eat it up as a Dragon Ball. Like I said, I'm biased, but I'm also aware, and I'm also excited for the same reason that people were excited about Dragon Ball Super Superhero, for the actual story aspects and the character moments and things that if you're just a normal Dragon Ball Z fan, you're not going to really care about because you just want to see the fights. And hate to break it to you, that Dragon Ball started as a comedy. It was never fully like an action shonen until, you know, the latter end of Dragon Ball, when they just decided to pivot into that direction and then redefine the whole genre. But that's another video for another day. It's just it's funny to me to see people's reactions to this, considering that this is not surprising to me if it really comes from Toriyama's brain, because this seems like a complete total Toriyama move, if I'm being honest. So, like I said, you guys let me know what you guys thought about the trailer if you watched it. If you have differing opinions than I do, be sure to sound off in the comment section. I would like that. If you like the video, be sure to like it. If you watched this far, be sure to subscribe. If you are watching this and you're a member on my website, I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. Unfortunately, YouTube can't have it because of copyright reasons, but we move on. So, Dragon Ball Daima. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited.